Alright, so when I got up this morning, I went on my phone and the first thing I saw was a new uniform for MLB. And I thought, this has to be some sort of April Fool's joke because it's just so different from what this team wears already, and they're such a traditional team. Yes, the Boston Red Sox today officially released crazy new uniforms that there's a lot of mixed feedback about. So obviously they're called the Red Sox, but there's no red at all on this jersey. There's no navy blue either, which is also a really like covenant color for the Red Sox. It's like a yellow and light blue. A lot of people are calling it the UCLA uniform because UCLA kind of is similar to this, and they're called the Bruins, and they wear a B on their hat. But this is all part of Nike's scheme, I guess, if you will, to make money. They do this with every league pretty much. You know, you got the NBA where you have the new City Edition jerseys that they pretty much invented, and they also have the Earned Edition and all the alternates. And yeah, I think the MLB might be steering in this direction permanently. You know, I have mixed feelings about it. I know a lot of people hate the new uniforms. I think to an extent, new uniforms, like every season, are cool. I think it gives something fans to be excited about, especially if your team's not very good. You have something to look forward to. Like when the Warriors, for example, released the Oakland jerseys, I was really excited about that. But I think you have to, you know, there has to be some fine line between, you know, actually, you know, creating a whole new uniform that's completely different and like making like a minor alternate. So this is actually part of a set called the City Connect series, and for this year at least 6 other teams will have a City Connect jersey. The Miami Marlins will be the next, then the Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs, Diamondbacks, Giants, and Dodgers. So that's going to be really interesting because almost all the teams, aside from maybe the Marlins and Diamondbacks, all have pretty traditional uniforms. The White Sox, you know, have that black and white kind of feel to it. Cubs have had blue and red for ages now. The Giants, black and orange is always their thing, and Dodgers is just blue and white, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. Are these teams just going to come out with some crazy, like, color rush, like the NFL likes to call it, uniform? Because I could definitely see that happening with these teams. And I don't know, I thought this was an April Fool's joke, like, when I first saw it. Because the Red Sox, I never expected them to have yellow and baby blue in a jersey and hat. But I guess they ceased to amaze us. And I mean, my actual opinion on this uniform, I don't like it. If I was a Red Sox fan, I wouldn't wear this because it would confuse people like that don't really know too much about uniforms, because it looks like very kind of amateur. And I mean, I know it is a tribute to the Boston Marathon, which is cool, but I don't think uniforms necessarily need to always pay tribute to things. I think the NBA struggles with that. Every uniform in the NBA, it seems, makes tribute to everything. Like, for example, I mean, I think it was a cool jersey, but the Atlanta Hawks last year had a jersey that said Peachtree on it, which isn't even connected to their uniforms. What is Peachtree? Oh, it's a tribute to the state of Georgia. They have a lot of peaches there. And I mean, but there are some cool ones. Like I mentioned, the Warriors with Oakland. You know, they played there for close to 50 years. That made sense. But I think this is a little bit stretching it, and the hat is like very light blue and yellow, so it looks exactly like a UCLA Bruins hat, which is kind of funny. And obviously there's a 617 patch on the side, which is Fenway's area code on the left sleeve. But seriously, I think the MLB in a couple years will have probably the same scheme going as the NBA, where they have like 5 to 6 jerseys per team. Because if you think about it now, each team already has about 4 to 5. I think the A's have, you know, they have their home away, the light green, the dark green, and they kind of did away with the yellow. But, you know, I don't know. I think there's a lot of mixed emotions about this, because I think, you know, some change is good. I think, like, certain uniforms need updates. I think the Marlins will be really interesting, because they've changed their uniforms a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. It was our kind of first MLB uniform release in a little bit. I mean, because, you know, there's been minor things, but since Nike's joined, there hasn't been too much stuff. And obviously, like with COVID, like there was no fans watching last year, so there really was no reason for totally new jerseys. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. I give this, if I had to grade it like on a number scale, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10, because I don't think it's like terrible, but I also don't like it. So let me know your guys' thoughts, and yeah, see you guys later.